Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. We wake up on a Monday morning and the Chicago Bulls did something.
Show for Chicago sports.
We traded Zach LaVine for our own pick. Did the Bulls get fleeced? We got to talk about that. Looking at the Zach LaVine trade and looking at what the future trades for the Chicago Bulls team could be coming. And then we got to react to the trade heard around the world.
Man.
I mean, Dallas Mavericks.
What in the world?
Wow. Luka Doncic is now a Laker.
Out of nowhere.
And I'll tell you what, if he's 270, he carries it well. We also know that the Lakers aren't opposed to having fat superstars on their team. No disrespect to Shaq, but you know.
Hey, it is what it
Looks
is.
like Eric Bieniemy ate Eric Bieniemy. Oh, by the way, the Bears hired Eric Bieniemy, so we'll talk about that as well. All that
right.
for today's episode of The Morning Breeze. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. The date is 2/3/2025. It's 7:03 in the morning. And Jordan JC, I want you to put the word out.
Oh.
The Chicago Bulls are, in fact, not back up.
I was about to say.
They're more down than they've ever been before.
They're going down.
Bull down, baby. Bull down.
Bull down, baby.
This team is terrible. Wow.
Bull down.
I don't know if I've seen a more incompetent front office in my life. It's actually,
dude.
It is hilarious because we'll break all of this down, but just like, I think people took my video over on the Chicago Bulls Breeze as, oh, he thinks this is a win for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Best case scenario ain't a win. Best case scenario means you effed up the original scenario, and now this is the best that you're going to get for this scenario. And I think the Luka trade impacted that as well. Hey, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We do talk everything Chicago sports over here on the Windy City Breeze, especially the Morning Breeze edition. JC, what's going on, my guy? How you feeling?
Man, what's good, man? Another Monday. I don't know if it's meaty or not, but it's definitely something with all this crazy news going around in the NBA.
A Monday certainly happened. A Monday certainly has happened. The Monday it has rolled around yet again, and most people woke up. Most people woke up Saturday morning surprised, but that started all of this weekend of just madness. So for the Bulls side of things, the Chicago Bulls do finally trade away Zach LaVine, a trade that, listen, it's something the Bulls have been talking about doing for the better part of 5 seasons now. It finally comes to fruition, and it's a trade that a lot of Bulls fans are not thrilled with. The Spurs get De'Aaron. This is a 3-team trade. Spurs get De'Aaron Fox, Jordan McLaughlin. Kings get Zach LaVine, City Cisco, 3 first-round picks, 2025 pick from Charlotte, 2027 San Antonio pick, 2031 Minnesota pick, 3 second-round picks, 2025 Chicago second-round pick. So we actually sent draft capital to get rid of them. 2028 Denver second-round pick, 2028 Kings pick. They got their own pick back. And then the Bulls got Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and basically their own 2025 pick via San Antonio. Now, the big question on this pick is this San Antonio removing the protection on all 3 years, or is this just San Antonio giving them back their 2025 pick? I believe it's just San Antonio giving back their 2025 pick.
Okay.
So basically, you just got the right to get a pick back that you probably were in position to hold on to anyway.
In the first place.
Now, what this also has done for the Chicago Bulls is the Bulls will receive significant cap flexibility. They basically will be saving about $10 million in savings for 2025 and 2026. And they will, if they can clear up 2 roster spots, they can create $26.3 million in trade exception. So creating more money for you to go out and acquire players is, like and for those 2 spots, Torrey Craig and Chris Duarte are the 2 players that are being shopped in that position. Just kind of updating everybody on the news there. But like, when you look at the deal, what it comes down to for the Bulls is the Bulls got Trey Jones, a guy who take him or leave him, Kevin Huerter, shooter.
Yeah, shooter.
Man.
He's all right.
And the rights to their own pick for Zach LaVine. Did the Chicago Bulls get fleeced?
Did they get fleeced? I don't think they got fleeced. I think they knew going in that they would probably get the worst of the deal out of the 3 teams because they knew that they were probably in a position to be the worst of the 3 teams. They're looking to rebuild. When you're letting go of someone who's your obvious star, and has been one of your stars, has been the star on your team for the last 6-7 seasons, you're telling yourself that, okay, it's finally time to go in a different direction. And so that means that you're going to take a loss. And other teams know that. We talked about Zach LaVine trades in the past, which is why we couldn't fleece other teams and get first-round picks, which is why we couldn't get at least an even or balanced pick in the past, or balanced trade, I should say, in the past, is because people already knew what Zach LaVine brought to the table. They know that he's that 2A or that 1B superstar. He's not the guy to take you to a championship. He's the guy that will complement very well a team that already has its pieces in place, like a Golden State that they were rumored to be talking to, like even a team like I was going to say initially Sacramento until they got rid of De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
But my thing now is you get what you could, right? Arturas is already kind of taking this at a loss. I'm kind of surprised with him as he's been our GM. I've been kind of surprised, and I guess I overhyped the idea that he built the Denver Nuggets the way he did, and that he would do the same thing here, and he would have like an eye for under noticed talent or undervalued talent. But since he's been here, it's been one question mark after another. It's been, well, which direction are you going into? Are you fully going into a commitment of rebuild, or are you just retooling and trying to just fill seats? Are you fully going into, okay, we want to win this season because now you got DeMar, you got LaVine, you got a good crop of players, and they look good one year, but then Lonzo goes down, and so now certain pieces that were important have kind of made you take a step back. So my thing is, like, is he now picking a lane where he's saying, okay, I admit this has kind of fallen off the rails. We'll just get what we can with LaVine or for LaVine and try to just restart this thing over.
I think here's the funny part. This is exactly how the Denver Nuggets were built. Denver hasn't been a sub 500 win team since 2003.
Yeah.
When they got Carmelo Anthony. This is exactly how the Denver Nuggets were built. The Denver Nuggets were the Western Conference, like, they're always going to be scrappy or competitive and they will lose.
Yeah.
Like, this is, and I said this when AK came, when everybody was like, oh, the only option is to tank. I was like, AK's never going to tank. He's not tanking this year. They're just bad.
So he doesn't have to tank.
In real, I do love this comment by Lucius Campbell. Said,
yeah, that's hilarious.
We got our own pick and 3 cab drivers. Essentially, that could be something.
City needs cab drivers, Uber drivers.
But it's the you hired a GM that does things how Denver does. Denver's just been good since they found Nikola Jokic during a Taco Bell commercial. The game plan is luck. There you go. Yeah. This is exactly who you hired. I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm not surprised by any of this. This is exactly who I expected Arturas to be. You're trying to find a superstar. You're gonna go big. You're gonna have big signings and big moments, and then sometimes it's not gonna work, and it's gonna be some low periods, and then eventually, hopefully, you find yourself a superstar that you can go out there and build around your team, and build your team around.
Yeah.
And everybody kept asking me like, "Oh my goodness, what is the next?" What is the next iteration, or who's getting the keys to the team next? He's not on the team yet.
No, he's not.
Modest Zealous is not the guy who's getting the keys to this team.
Oh boy, I would love it though.
Like this is the Bulls taking the next step will only happen once they luck their way into a superstar. Because once you identified the superstar, right? Once you got Jokic, then they were like, all right, bet, let's trade for Aaron Gordon. All right, bet, let's go out here and get Michael Porter Jr. We need some shooting to add to that. Let's make sure. I think Murray was already there, but let's
Jamal was there.
Hope for a healthy season out of Jamal Murray. Like those are the things to me that when you sit there and talk about like this shock or this surprise that so many Bulls fans have around who AK has become, I'm like, he's exactly who you hired. I'm not shocked by any of this. And when you talk about this trade, did the Bulls end up getting fleeced? You didn't get fleeced because you missed so many times before. Now this is all you could get. We realize Luka, and we're going to talk about this as well, a top 5 player in the NBA, went for a single first-round pick. You thought you were getting more for Zach LaVine? Let's be realistic about this. He did go for Anthony Davis. He did go for Anthony Davis, who's probably what, a top 30 player right now?
Wow. Yeah. Top
and
25.
First round pick.
I'd say top 25. Yeah. My biggest thing when you're talking about like, can we luck into a superstar? See, that's the problem with this organization, because you look at other organizations, like we just talked about Denver, Jokic wasn't taken as a top pick. You know, he was found to be a talented player that got developed and groomed into this superstar that he is now. He was overlooked. You look at a team like Milwaukee, Giannis, he wasn't a top pick. I don't think he was in the top 10. I believe he might have been 15th.
I think Giannis was 18th.
18th, yeah, somewhere in the teens. And, you know, he had to be developed. Came in extremely skinny, had to put muscle on the body. Obviously, he put his own work ethic into it. But, I mean, you
15.
look at this. Is it why in the world can we not find that player later in the round, like we did with even a Jimmy Butler? Last pick, I believe, in the first round, or the first pick in the second round. Either way. But my thing is, why is it that we have to luck into a superstar? Why can't we have the people that have that talent evaluation, which is why I thought we brought AK in. And, you know, I see Hayes in the chat saying, well, maybe he wasn't a part of that actual bringing, you know, Jokic in. A lot of people give him credit for something that maybe he didn't do. You know, I thought he was a part of the brain trust that actually got that done. And so for me, it's like, well, are you bringing in people that don't have that eye for talent? You know, do we need to bring somebody in like Jerry Krause, like the reinventing of Jerry Krause?
Well, that guy's dead.
No, yeah, absolutely. I would love it if we had another iteration of Jerry Krause where he's a jerk, but he knows how to have an eye for talent.
Can we bring in Jerry Krause? No, he's not.
I wasn't saying bring him back to life.
No, JC.
That's not what I meant. I didn't mean revive him, but no, it's like we just can't hit the nail in the coffin. Like, for whatever reason, it just seems like we cannot get this thing right. If we have to luck into the next superstar, we'll be sitting here for the next 10 years talking about a mediocre team.
I think the thing is, though, most of finding a superstar is luck.
Yeah,
Derrick Rose is luck.
Well,
maybe a little prodding and pushing.
Might have been like, here you go, Chicago.
A little silver platter action from the NBA. Which, by the way, if we silver platter in anything, can we silver platter a little something for the Bulls, the second biggest market in the NBA?
I keep saying that.
We're just giving Luka to the Lakers. Can we get a little something? Is this?
Did we do something wrong to the league? Jesus.
Yeah, we won it. We won for 10 years. That's what we did around the league.
Jesus.
No, man. But I think listen, Zach LaVine's having an amazing season. He's one of the best scorers in the league right now. He's playing phenomenally, and it feels like you should have been able to get more. But number one, we do know what AK values. He's told us what he values. Young players. Guess what he got? He got 3 young players.
Yeah, 3 young players.
So he feels tingly right now for Zach LaVine. And he got the rights to this pick. Now, here's the thing. Does this work? Are we looking at this as a terrible trade right now? 100%. You know when it works? You got to go out there, get a top 5 pick, evaluate the pick correctly, draft the next star for this team. If you do that, no one cares that you just traded Zach LaVine. Here's the problem. Your last top 5 pick blows.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good game yesterday. He had a good game yesterday for a solid 11 points.
Talking about 6-man.
6-man. Listen, yeah, I'm not gonna start the P. Will slander today because you know that's when everybody getting their feelings around me. But you have to be realistic about this. This works. This trade works. Your goal was to get off of the money. This was a salary dump trade. You wanted to get off of the contract that you signed Zach LaVine to. Realistically speaking, while Zach is having a good season right now, we had already heard that many teams were concerned about the injury issues that Zach LaVine had. Even with all that being said, there were still teams interested. The Warriors had been talked about as interested. The Bucks had been talked about as interested. The one conversation that we got to have around this whole trade is, did the Bulls pull the trigger on this too early? Me and Hayes talked about that a little bit yesterday. And the report from Evan's side area was that if the Warriors missed out on Jimmy Butler, they would turn their attention to Zach LaVine, trying to pair him up with Stephen Curry. The Milwaukee Bucks were aggressively pursuing Zach LaVine, according to Evan's side area as well.
I don't want Chris Middleton.
I didn't want Chris Middleton, but I did want a bidding war. Did you pull the trigger before you got the opportunity to possibly get a little bit of a bidding war? That's the question. But again, you create the cap flexibility, you create the trade exception, you create all of these things for the future of your team. It only works if you actually get the future right.
Here's my thing too. Like when you were talking about Golden State, like what are you trying to get back in that instance? Because I know Jimmy Butler already said that he wanted it in like a long-term deal. So that it was already shot down. So you could have been put in a position, like you said, right now, where that could have been a possibility. What are you getting back? You know, of any value? What exactly are you trying to get a Kuminga? Are you trying to
You want to know what? I was out on a Kuminga until Hayes told me this boy's like 21 years old.
Brandon Pozinski, former Illini.
I was fully out on Kuminga. I was like, I'm good. He ain't really showed me that he's a superstar. Hayes like, he's 21. I was like, hold on, dog. I know I'm bad with ages. I thought he was like 27. It's the hairline though.
Oh no, that dude young.
That hairline is 27, boy. Hey, I'm glad somebody started taking him to a good barber.
Yeah, maybe that's what we need to find out. You know what? All superstars don't care about how their hairline looks. That's probably the key. There's the key. Kevin Durant is the leader of that.
Yeah, Kobe didn't.
How we luck into a superstar.
Kobe didn't give a F, dog. Kobe had that much. I mean, he was brushing the fro backwards. How you brushing the fro backwards, bro? That
like Wynn was just constantly pushing that boy back.
Like I ain't gonna lie to you. When Kobe cut the fro off, I was like, Kobe got a hairline? Like his forehead big, but I didn't know there was a line at all. That one was just straight back. Straight back. Hey, Hayes said, nah, Shea cares about his hairline, but will Shea win a championship? That's the thing. Champions don't care about their hairline.
That's right. Championship superstars.
Hey, Michael Jordan probably could have saved the hairline. He just let that go.
He was like, nah, we good.
Get rid of it.
He was young and had that boy bald. That's hilarious.
Lucius said, man, they was cutting cuts in huts. They get a pass.
Cutting cuts in huts. What? That's hilarious.
Oh, by the way, man, while we in here, we do got
what we got? Yes, sir. There you go. Good morning, everybody.
Nah, man, listen, the big thing for me right now is, okay, we're moving on. We've created this money. We're going to create this future. Now, this is interesting. Baki tweeted me this morning. Per Casey Johnson on the what's the name of the podcast? I can't. By the Horns. They changed the name of it for CHSN. The By the Horns podcast. Trey Jones could be rerouted from the Bulls in a separate trade soon, per Casey Johnson, as the Chicago Bulls look to continue to add assets off of the Zach LaVine trade. So it doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean that the Bulls are going to come away with nothing in all of these getting rid of pieces and stuff like that. It is interesting that you have a front office that in the last 7 months has traded DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, and Zach LaVine, and they got back Josh Giddey and their own pick. It's tough.
By the way, out of the 3 players, are you keeping anybody for the future of this team, or are we just moving these guys around? Like
the one player I'd be intrigued in keeping is Trey Jones. I mean, Kevin Huerter Kevin Huerter having a down season is not surprising when you watch kind of how he just doesn't fit in with the Kings. Like, he looks completely lost when DeMar's on the floor with him. Or he looked completely lost when DeMar's on the floor with him. He just seems like the odd man out over there. Malik Monk took a lot of the time that he was. I think the team kind of just stopped believing in Kevin Huerter. Now, I don't believe that Kevin Huerter is going to become this amazing.
I see.
I don't think that he's going to become this amazing piece that you get back in the deal, but could you tell me he's a solid role player for the future? Yeah. I can see that. Trey Jones has an incredibly high IQ.
That's what I was thinking.
He's but you're trading him possibly, right? But Trey Jones has an incredibly high IQ. The big thing here in all of this, though, JC, is all these months off the book. Trey Jones off the books after this year. If you move him, you don't have to re-sign him, which is fine. Kevin Huerter and Zach Collins both off the books after next year. You know what I mean? Like, you're
freeing up money. Okay.
You're not committed to any of these guys for the future. And I think you should keep it that way because you've got a group of role players already.
Yeah.
I got my Kirk Heinrich and Io DeSumo. I've got my, I guess, Ben Gordon and Kobe White. Kobe White, yeah. Okay, all right. White. Kobe White's becoming real Chris Middleton-ish without the defense, and it's starting to piss me off.
Yeah. Man, for a minute there, we thought we had something, right?
I mean, I just kept going, well, let's see if he stays consistent, and then he didn't.
No.
And then he never got consistent again. No. You know what I mean? I've seen Kobe White have a few hot
months. A monthly
yeah. He pays for his shot in subscription. Sometimes he ain't got the money for it. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, this is a team that I think still has a long way to go. There's a lot that still has to be done if you're the Chicago Bulls, and I think that there's a lot that still will be done. We'll talk about some of the things that we could see done moving forward after we listen into a word from our sponsors, and then we got to react to the madness that is the Luka Doncic trade. All that coming up on the Morning Breeze. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're all upset. Play some more music. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold.
When a severe storm hits, hail and high-speed winds can cause excessive damage to your home. This can lead to blown-off shingles, broken windows, siding damage, and leaking inside. If you suspect your home has been hit with storm damage, contact CNN Construction today. We are a proud GAF Master Elite contractor, offering free exterior home inspection for storm-related damages. CNN is a reputable licensed roofing and general contractor working hand-in-hand with insurance companies and homeowners every step of the way through the difficult claims and restoration process. We will meet with your insurance adjuster to discuss the damages to your property, the value of those repairs, and the scope of work needed at your home. Our skilled team has you covered and will leave your home looking brand new. Give us a call today at 844-415-ROOF or visit our website at cnroofs.com for a free exterior inspection. CNN Construction. We find the solutions, not the excuses.
Welcome back.
Yo.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Got 160 in the building. Hit that like button on the YouTube side, man. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Hey, if you can't stand the Bulls as much as we can't stand the Bulls, hit that like button and support.
Give it a like.
You guys suck.
You should have a lot of likes right now. Jesus.
Thought you were gonna get some pics back, did you?
By the way, who the heck called me P-Kid in the chat? Is it a Bulls Daily? Bulls Daily, you literally watch us daily, and you think I'm P-Kid.
Hey, bro, they don't know. They just know there's another black guy on the show. That's all they got for us. Oh, this just in, AK making a trade that's going to make the Bulls better. Oh, nope, never mind.
Not at all.
Take that with you. By the way, anybody tapped in with Royal Rumble this weekend?
Oh, I actually saw a few clips. I saw Speed get his head knocked off. Speed got knocked out by the Bronner, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Speed's dead.
Speed got dead. Knocked.
That was bad. That was bad. That was wild.
So shout out to John Cena. You can't see him anymore.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. At the end, I'm sitting there watching the Usos just kick each other. I'm like, somebody go over. Like, let's get this over with, bro. Just straight kicks. It's like, all right, bro. But no, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love and rocking with us. All right, JC. Let's start off here. Let's finish out the Bulls conversation and get into the Luka conversation.
Luka Magic.
Luka Doncic. By the way, RIP to Nick Angsted's soul, for host of Locked On Mavs.
Oh no,
you will be missed, my guy. Bro, me and Hayes texted him this weekend to check on him. We were like, "You good?" It was like, I swear, it was the text message version of like seeing a man walk through in like a robe, just a jar of ice cream, full jar, and just a spoon.
Oh, is this breaking news?
What we got?
I don't know. Hayes just said something. I don't know if that was.
Well, I know if Hayes said that, I know that he wouldn't just throw that in there. Toby Keith passed away. Is that facts, dog? Jeez.
What a way to wake up on a Monday. Jesus.
Yeah. February. Dog, it says he died last year, bro. February 5th, 2024.
Wait,
that was last year.
Wait, what?
Hey, what you doing, dog?
Was he making a comparison or something?
Hey, what you doing, dog? I was sitting here, I was like, Toby Keith just died? I thought we did this already. I'm so thrown off.
I got thrown off. I was like, wait a minute.
We're not laughing at the fact that Hayes made me question everything. I was like, yo, I thought he was dead. We're not laughing at Toby Keith passing.
Wait.
We're not laughing at Toby Keith passing. But I swear, that's how much I trust Hayes.
I swear to God,
I gotta understand. Hayes really is my brother. That's how much I trust Hayes. I literally was like, I thought it happened already.
She said his daughter walked in and said,
but Hayes just said it, so it must be new. All right, bro. Let's get back to the sports talk. I can't be looking at this chat with this. So we got breaking news. I'm like, what? Toby Keith? Toby Keith? Had to run to Google.
That is hilarious.
Oh, dog. I'm sweating right now.
Dude, okay.
What's the path forward for the Chicago Bulls, my guy? What's the next? Other than bringing Jay Krause back? A lot of death on the show this morning. Other than bringing Jay Krause back to life, what is the path forward for the Chicago Bulls to or what's the next steps, I should say, that you make?
I mean, pick a lane. You have to. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You don't middle of the pack this. Pick a lane. Get as many young assets as possible. If you're going to ship off more to try and get more trade, more picks or more money to try and, like you said, luck into a superstar victory, or at least
what you said on Monopoly.
What do you say?
Money.
More money. Oh yeah. More money. Give me my money. You know that, like, honestly, that's literally all he can do. That's the only thing that he probably can be good at right now is just try to get as much money as possible, so that when that time comes where you think, okay, you can jump at a guy maybe in free agency that, for whatever reason, would have interest in coming here. Maybe Giannis, who's talked about, sure, he would love the legacy of coming here to play where Jordan played. I wouldn't mind that. But outside of that, you have to, again, do your due diligence in evaluating talent in the draft. So maybe this year we luck into the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. We get a chance at going after the flag. So we'll see. We will see.
Yeah, listen, if you can capture the flag, that'd be great for the Bulls. But realistically speaking, the fear is right now that we'd get Cooper Flag, and then it's okay. What's the development of Cooper Flag? What are you actually going to do with him? How are you going to utilize him? And this is an incredibly deep draft in my mind. You know what I mean? I think there's multiple. When you start to go through and look at some of the talents that are coming out of college this year, I mean,
man,
there is multiple.
Give me Dylan Harper.
Bro, like, if the Bulls even ended up, and I think this is what's funny, like, when I was like, oh, the Bulls are going to keep the pick pretty much no matter what, if they end up with 9, I'm good. Like, there's talented 9 that I think you can add to your team. Like, it really is at this point, and I guess AK kind of told us this, and we just said he's an idiot. It's through the draft. That's your only way forward. You're not convincing anybody to come play in Chicago because of the market. Nobody cares about the marketing. Everybody's making money.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram's making money hand over fist down in New Orleans. There is no market down there. They don't even know they have a basketball team half the time. You know what I mean? Like, this is a different NBA. It's not about the big market. It's not about the best market, because you've got so many different opportunities no matter the market, as long as you're a competitive team. Shea has the best market in the world, and he's in OKC. So right now, to me, it's about, I don't think you're going to be able to convince a superstar to come here. I don't, and that's what you need to win.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the NFL. NBA is simple. Find superstar, put pieces around superstar. Your next step is find superstar, and you're surprisingly in a good position to do it.
Yeah. Just
with
don't mess
all
it up.
of the crap that the Bulls have, they're still in a good spot to find a superstar. You are going to have a top 10, and if you do this right, possibly a top 5 pick and a good draft. Don't F it up. That should be the theme for the Bulls the rest of the season. Don't F it up.
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Or don't act it up.
Ooh, okay. Don't act it up. I like that.
Well,
no, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. We could get all the way up to the top 5. You never know. There are a lot of good prospects that I'm pretty sure that we know will be coming out this draft. In my opinion, it'll be a better draft than clearly last year. Where who was the first pick? Rochester?
Richachet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
walking down the street right now, you would know he's playing some kind of basketball, but you wouldn't know that it was for the NBA.
Oh my God. But yeah, so just do not Bulls this up. You know, it's funny because that's essentially what we were talking about even with the Bears, to put some Bears topic into this. That's essentially what we were talking about with them, is that don't Bears this up. Get the right pieces in place, and that's what they've been doing. They're working like a big boy organization. They're actually putting money into being successful, and so hopefully they can kind of do that here with Chicago Bulls. They can kind of copy that same blueprint that we see the Bears are technically doing over there, and get the money and then go after the right pieces.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, right? It's the focus to me needs to be on, you should be starting right now. I should see AK at every single college basketball game, foreign basketball game. Heck, check out the WNBA, see what they got going over there. You need to be at any kind of if there's a schoolyard basketball game happening right now, you need to be at it. Like this all needs to be about finding the right guy to come in this draft. You have an opportunity to do so. All can be forgiven. Basketball is so simple. The Cleveland Cavaliers sucked. And then they got LeBron.
For a minute, yeah.
And then they got LeBron.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, 2 years later? 3 years later? I think 3 years later, they were the best team in Eastern Conference. Basketball is not Minnesota, weak. Couldn't even get to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then they got Anthony Edwards. And they were in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
They will not be there this year. I don't know what happened there. By the way, that's a change that I'd take. Aunt, come to your daddy's house. Come on.
Come to Mike's house.
Come to your daddy's house.
Mike got around the league.
We talked about the markets and all of that. That's one that the market would be ridiculous for. If Ant came to Chicago,
that would be insane.
He would have so much outside of basketball money.
Yes, he would.
He already does.
But here,
it would be absolutely ridiculous. He would have to sign with Adidas, though. Ain't he with Adidas?
3 times more than
you got to sign with Jordan, baby. You got to. Yeah. By the way, I'm not a shoe head, so I don't know what's happening. Why are we banning Jordan? Does anybody?
I have no idea about that.
Anybody a shoe head in the
that is going to have to help me out with that. What's going on? I know my boy Nova.
This is like a thing, like they put like boxes around Jordans.
Really?
At the United Center, like on the statue. Like I don't know what's happening. I'm not a shoe head at all. I have
look that one up. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's
good. Somebody in the chat help us out. Before we get up out of here, JC, do want to react to one of the wildest. It's a promo for the upcoming.
I knew Nova would know. Yeah, he used to work at Nike.
Banning Jordans is like banning gas. We need this is going back. They're going back to because the NBA wanted to ban Jordan wearing Jordans initially.
Yeah, so it's
okay. All right.
Okay.
We here. Okay, I'm locked in now.
That's actually a cool promo there.
You give it to me in the shoe sense. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. That's a solid marketing strategy, actually.
Yeah.
Because I saw like 2K doing it, and I was like, did Jordan drop like a as soon as Trump got in, he just was like,
part of a hate crime or something. Yeah,
just started. Let me tell you about this. Wait a minute, Jordan. Hold on. Thought I missed something. I thought I missed something. Brandon Truth.
Jordan's crazy.
Calm down, bro. Dog, listen. The Chicago Bulls, not the Chicago Bulls. We off of that. The Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Had the come up of a lifetime. As
everywhere LeBron goes.
Is now a Laker.
Yeah.
For Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first round pick. When I found out about the news, I immediately called Hayes. He's high. I'm a little drippy, little juiced up. You know what I mean? It was a great time. I was having I'm down here playing Black Myth Wukong on the PlayStation party.
All right.
I'm having a great time by myself. It's a Laker.
And then, bow, slaps you in the face.
Never have I been happy that we didn't have a front office like that. Because what just happened?
The Mavs GM has to be fired. Because apparently his whole narrative behind this whole thing is that he thinks it's not that he thinks. He says that defense wins championships. And that, despite your superstars, you need a team that's going to commit to defense. So apparently his excuse is that he's going to ship off his 25-year-old legendary superstar, by the way, for Anthony Davis because he believes a big man and he believes that, he's the type that can kind of be that anchor, that defensive anchor that the Mavs need with the Kyrie. My question is, well, you essentially are getting the same type of player, and also AD is injury prone. So what you're going to do when AD starts sitting out games and isn't on the court? What are you going to do when his numbers are inconsistent like it's been on the Lakers? That's my question. You let go of a 25-year-old superstar because he's a little meaty in the mid region.
Yeah,
he had a few too many burgers. Okay, all right. So what? Luka's still Luka. He does what he does. You telling me you're giving that up because he can't stay in front of his man on defense a few times? Oh, okay, I understand that. Sure, commit to defense a little bit better. But I'm sorry, as a GM, that's malpractice. You need to be out of the building the next day.
Here's what I will say, and it's a results-based business, right? I actually think the Dallas Mavericks have a better chance of winning a championship now than they did with Luka.
Really?
The point guard big man combination has always worked in the NBA.
Yeah.
As far as Anthony Davis missing time, he missed the last 3 games. Now I wonder if it was because he might get traded. Before that, now he did tweak there was an ankle, I think, in the Philly game, only played like 10 minutes, but he's played 42 games this season, played 76 games last season. Before that, he had put up 42, 36, 24, 29, 16 versus the Clippers. It's just a combination where Anthony Davis is a ridiculously good basketball player and surprisingly has been on the court. Kyrie Irving is about to show the world who Kyrie Irving is. And I think we've kind of forgotten, Kyrie was like a ridiculous bucket because he was standing next to Luka. He's still Kyrie.
Okay.
And by the way, AD's 31. We act like AD's 48.
Yeah, but 31 with a lot of injuries. 31 where he's been on and off the court. To me, that's a red flag. So you're taking a chance on a guy you gave up that's literally not even in his prime yet, for a guy that is kind of going out of his prime, that's been injury prone, that's been known as Mr. Unavailable. What was his nickname?
Half a season.
Yeah, so yes, he's been on a nice streak of being healthy and staying on the court. But I'm telling you, that one chance that he gets, those knees, yeah, exactly. Hey, 60-year-old knees. He's got D Rose knees. You better hope those things stay up.
Jesus Christ, Jordan.
I'm sorry, man.
He got D Rose knees.
He's got Lonzo knees. He's got the Lonzo knees.
Lonzo. He didn't have to earn us with D Rose. Hey, chat. Boo this man.
I'm sorry.
Boo this man. That was
sorry.
D Rose in retirement. He's good.
He's got Chicago knees. You know what Chicago knees?
You got Chicago knees.
You play on concrete. I grew up playing on concrete. That's why I can't play basketball anymore. My knees are 80 years old right now.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the gut. But
well, a couple of steaks, you know.
There's nothing to do with that meaty presence.
Don't you boo me, Chad.
The old Chad just instantly booing him. Hey, right. Hey, Zoe got the knees of a 20-year-old Nigerian runner. Absolutely. He got new knees.
Oh, mercy, man.
Nah, man, I think that, here's what I'll say about this. The reason that I do feel now it all comes with health, right? Everything in this league is with health.
Yeah.
If you get a healthy playoff run of Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, I think you can win. I think you can win quite a bit, actually. I think you can be a dangerous team in the West, which then makes you go, oh, wow, this moment sucked. But, okay, we're still a competitive basketball team. I think this puts you in a better position future-wise because you don't have to pay Luka $345 million. You do that, you're committing yourself to Luka. I'm fine with committing yourselves to Luka.
Yeah.
But if you have serious concerns about his conditioning and he doesn't seem to want to get it right, I don't think that this is I don't think that the outcome will end up being the worst thing ever. I think this is a very dumb trade, but I don't think that the outcome will end up being the worst thing ever. I think that you can still have a competitive team, a team that can compete for a championship. And usually when you have teams that compete for a championship, the results mean more than the actual trade did at the end of the day. Now, if you get bounced in the first round, boo this team. Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of
what was the point of it? What was the point of it?
It's all based on the results of this.
Right.
And I say this, if Luka goes on and stays Luka, it looks bad in 10 years.
It looks bad. It looks bad.
Real bad.
LA's always, I swear, there's something going on with them. They're always getting a way to fleece the league. LeBron's going into his wonder years, so they have to find the next superstar. And I think they didn't want to invest in AD because AD is also 31. So they found a way to get a young superstar to go into the next version of the Lakers. It's like, why can't Chicago do that? Why can't Chicago get that? Let's look into it.
Those connections around the league.
Yeah, well, we need. That's what we need. We need connections.
Here's my one thing that is now. Remember, Luka's been out for a minute here. He's only played 20 games this season.
No, it's been bad.
Luka's been out for a while here, and the one memory that I do have is last year. Was it last year? 2 years ago. When were they in the finals? Last year, right? Last year. Luka was cooked by the finals. He was gassed. And you could just tell it. Now, he had to pick up the slack of Kyrie Irving being absolutely dog water the entire time.
Yeah.
But you could just tell that conditioning was an issue. I'm not saying that it makes sense. I'm not saying I would have done it. I would have just said, hey, sir, this is your job. If you don't get healthy, we will begin to fine you. I would have found a way to make a 25 star work.
He put it in his contract that he has to actually get on a diet plan.
Yeah, because here's the thing: Fat Luka was 34 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists last year. Bro, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to make it work.
The way he plays is methodical. It's not like you got a guy that plays essentially like a D. He's not. His game is not predicated off of his super athleticism or his hyper speed. He just breaks you down. Like you know what he compares to, in my opinion, how Le'Veon Bell played the running back position. Just very slow. Le'Veon even told you he never went full speed as much as he could have. He just waited for things to kind of open up and then just took the hole. He just waited for things to kind of get right. And like that, to me, that's how Luka plays. Luka plays at his own speed. You're not going to, make him do anything that he's not going to want to do. Like he plays at his own pace. He's just that type of superstar.
Yeah.
So I could care less if he gains 400 pounds. The man's still going to dominate.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, though, you look at the weight that's on him and how is that weight, how much does that impact this season? Right? The body has to be able to hold up. To me, I've always said Luka's Paul Pierce. Much better Paul Pierce.
There you go.
Paul Pierce wasn't athletic. Paul Pierce wasn't, he looked like a muskrat. You know what I mean? Like Paul Pierce wasn't
Jesus.
Or he wasn't the healthiest, I should say, the most in shape. But Paul Pierce is an absolute dog. But he also was a weight that his body could handle. Luka's body didn't seem like it was able to handle the weight. You see some of the injuries that have piled up on him, some of the back issues, some of the lower body issues. All of that can be attributed to weight.
True. That's true.
So if you got a concern on a guy having a commitment there, now, again, I don't get rid of him. I just say, I'm going to charge you so much money, you're going to force yourself to get in shape. Because you want to know what you just did? You just sent him to LeBron, who's probably going to talk to him and be like, let me show you why I spend $1 million+ on my body. You want to get to where I'm at? You want to get to the point I'm at?
That's actually a good point.
Let me show you what you need to do.
That might work out for him in the favor.
League's in trouble.
Yeah. Luka turned into Luka mad super Luka. That man goes 35 points a game, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. Yeah, no, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Now he got to do that though. And I say that European players ain't. Look at Jokic. Jokic don't care.
They're not a picture of perfection.
No, Giannis is a picture of perfection.
Well, yeah. He got to that point though.
For the most part, you looked at them and you're just like, man, it is what it is. Let me throw you a dime while I take a shot. I mean, like, so I would have Zion Williamsoned them. I'd have been like, son, you finna lose a lot of money if you don't get this body right. And watch out for the stars.
Zion Williamson and porn star.
Hello.
Be careful.
All right. Hello.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We didn't get to the Eric Bieniemy topic, but luckily for you, we do have the Daily Show dropping at 6 today. We'll be in the studio, so tap in with the entire crew as we'll probably talk a little bit more basketball. We'll also talk some of this, the Eric Bieniemy hire. Also talk about any Bears news that drops today. There's going to be, I'm sure, a ton of it. So that'll be fun to talk about as well. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it's your boy, Pat the Designer. Back at it again.
Yes, sir.
Bulls still suck. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down.
What can you do?
The best show for Chicago sports.
What can you do?
Somebody looked up what a muskrat looked like and was like, oh, snap.
Hey, man, I got a hat on. Leave my hairline alone.
Hey. I used to watch Paul Pierce.
THT started. I got the let me get that Horton Tucker, number 35.
Let me get that Horton Tucker. You want to just cut a piece out the middle? THT got to give up. Or maybe he did already.